Hello guys, what is up? Welcome back to another video. Now, I've made so many videos recently that I haven't uploaded because I'll sit down and I'll start recording and I'll start talking and then I will not be bothered to actually edit the video and upload it. So I'll come back like the next day and I'll watch the video again and I'll be like, okay, there is literally no reason for me to upload that video. It's awful. It's just me being really depressed about Mega Walls and saying how awful the game is at the moment. And it's stuff that people don't need to hear because it's stuff that people know. And I just want to talk about a few things that have happened recently. I'm sure you know what the main one is that has happened yesterday, throughout yesterday. But if you haven't heard yet, I will get to that in a sec. But I watched someone's video. I think it was Vampirical's. It might not be. And I sort of watched like 5 minutes of it. And I was watching through it and I was agreeing with a lot of stuff he was saying. And he was sort of just talking about the state of the game and how once quarantine and once the virus is truly over, everyone is like, because the average age of the Mega Walls community is pretty old. There aren't many little kids. And most people are off to university and college and higher education or work. And when that happens, people aren't going to be sat at home playing Mega Walls like they are at the moment. And he basically said Mega Walls will die, and that is true. That's how I've seen it for the last few months as well. But then he goes on and he sort of starts talking about how there's a few mods who play Mega Walls who are awful. And I might be wrong. I might have misinterpreted it, but I basically think he's saying that the most well-known mods playing Mega Walls don't do their jobs properly. And that's sort of when I start disagreeing with him quite greatly, because as far as I'm aware, and as far as most people are aware, there are two main mods, and I'm not going to name them, who play Mega Walls very actively, very frequently, and people seem to think most of the bans are done by these two mods. And so when people aren't getting banned, they pass the blame onto these two individuals. And when Mega Walls is averaging like 300 people and it's got 8 games going every hour, 8 an hour, there is no way two people are going to sit down and spend their whole lives watching those two games. Like, come on, it's unrealistic. I don't expect it of them, and no one should expect it of them. Because just think about it. If you were a mod uh, and you wanted to play the game as much as you did now, but also meet the expectations to spend like 6 hours a day just sat around banning people and getting evidence and evidence and evidence, it feels probably quite hard to get evidence, except for maybe the extreme cases of hoppers. But like, you're not gonna want to do that. And I know that they've signed up for the role and they volunteered to do it, but they do as much as they humanly can whilst also having a life, and then they get blamed for not doing enough. And I just think, yeah, when Vampirical started talking about that, I was like, hang on, it's not exactly these mods' fault. It is the fault of the higher ups. I do put a bit of blame on the admins for not getting more staff on the team. And then here we are today. Yesterday we have like 35 odd new mods promoted. Literally loads. I can't share a list. I don't know if there is a list. I've seen about 30 names so far. I had a little search around. And there are so many new mods recently promoted from Helper. Yeah, about 30. Maybe more, maybe less. I'm not too sure. But that is absolutely massive. Because as I said, when Mega Walls has 8 games going per hour, let's say there's like 2 hoppers, 2 like actually annoying over the top hoppers who will completely roll a game. With 8 games going an hour, that's like 16 hoppers on at any one time. And now with a bigger mod team of like 50 mods or whatever, it's a lot more manageable. I'm not saying that mods are going to sit down and spectate all of our Mega Walls games because they love our community and they want to do everything they can. They're going to spend time on other gamers as well. But if people are taking the time to use /shout and list out the hoppers in the game, and everyone in the game takes the time to /report them, there's going to be more staff online that physically, like, 3-4 times more staff online now getting notifications of reports, and it's gonna be a massive, massive step in the right direction. It's been so long, over a year for some reason since the last mod wave. Literally, I don't know why they couldn't have just promoted like 3 mods at a time instead of doing such a big wave at once. But I'm not complaining because it's finally here. And like, can we just appreciate it, please? All these new mods, it's going to take a time for them to settle in and get used to it. I think it's really good actually that there's like 30 of them being promoted at once, because there's going to be such a high expectation and there's going to be so much pressure on them to suddenly start helping out these game modes like Blitz, Mega Wars, UHC, less so Bed Wars and Sky Wars, but there's probably more hoppers in Sky Wars than there are in Mega Wars, but it's not relative. And there's going to be pressure on them to do well. So I think it's good that there's like 30 of them and they can properly spread out the workload and sort of get into a nice routine and sort of settle things down over time. And it's going to help the server massively. On top of that, I am convinced at this point that Watchdog is being worked on very frequently. I'm not in communication with many hackers. I sort of just avoid people who I know are cheating. It's the easiest way to like not make an enemy of them, but also not make it look like I boost. Because if I'm constantly talking to hoppers, people will be like, ooh, stop boosting. And if I sort of message hoppers in the wrong way, then they're going to hop on me more, which I don't want either. I don't want to be on either end of that spectrum. So I basically just ignore hoppers. But as far as I'm aware, clients are getting patched quicker and quicker. And as far as I'm aware, Hypixel stopped asking about hiring Watchdog developers, which does mean that there is someone who is working on Watchdog now. And, you know, they're not working at an insane speed, but they're clearly putting in effort, because every day I do see more and more people getting banned. What does this mean for Mega Wars? Does it mean Mega Wars would be saved? No, because people that don't play Mega Wars at the moment don't particularly want to give it another go. They've already given it 10 chances in the past. They're not going to come back. Mega Wars is not going to get any advertisement. There are no YouTubers playing it. All of the people uploading Mega Wars have grown their community from Mega Wars. So someone like me, I have 1,000 subscribers, but they're all Mega Wars players, and I'm not going to bring new players to the game. It's just not going to work. That's not how it works. And I don't think many people, like, if some of the older YouTubers came back and started playing, that would definitely help. That would probably be the best thing that could happen, but that's not going to happen realistically, because they're all out living their lives and they don't want to come back to this game. But regardless, if the player count at this point, from this day forward, begins to increase, and if we got up to like 800 people playing Mega Wars with like 16 hoppers around and all these mods around, like the relative amount of hoppers compared to what it is now would significantly decrease. However, with there being only 200 people playing, I don't think it's a realistic expectation that the game will grow rapidly, that the game will be truly saved, or that you won't see hoppers. You're still going to see a hopper pretty much every game, and I'd say there's like a 40% chance he's going to get banned versus like a 10% before. But it's helpful, okay? Can we please just all agree this is like the best thing that could have happened right now, being realistic. That's what I wanted to talk about. Basically just talk about the mod wave and talk about all the negative views surrounding Mega Wars, the negative views that the community have and I have, and maybe we can start working on rebuilding the community again. I don't know. I'm off to university in 2 months, and even if the game's saved, I don't have any plans on playing it. But I'd like to help it get to a better place before I go. That'd be a nice thing to do. Anyway, tell me what you think. Do you think this new mod wave is as big as I'm making it out to be? I'm probably making it sound a bit better than it is. There's still aren't enough mods in my opinion, but we have to see what will happen. We literally just need to give it time. We can't make any rash predictions yet. But thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.